The world is seeking answers that create true and lasting change. At Betolar, we believe true change starts at the very core. The concrete industry is facing a global sustainability challenge. It needs a way to reduce dependence on our depleting natural resources, participate in the circular economy while lowering the carbon footprint of cement. When we at Betolar put our best scientific, the world is seeking answers that create true and lasting change. At Betolar, we believe true change starts at the very core. The concrete industry is facing a global sustainability challenge. It needs a way to reduce dependence on our depleting natural resources, participate in the circular economy while lowering the carbon footprint of cement. When we at Betolar put our best scientific minds, industrial process and commercial knowledge to work, we found a way to create true change. A unique solution that lowers CO2 emissions up to 80%, while replacing virgin materials with industrial side streams to produce truly green concrete. A groundbreaking innovation that enables the construction industry to join the world of circular economy. Our Geoprime solution requires no major investments into new equipment or processes. Even better, Betolar provides the means through laboratory analysis and artificial intelligence to match locally available side streams with a recipe for local production, allowing all concrete manufacturers to use the most cost-efficient formula for their area. Betolar delivers green construction with a sustainable competitive edge to drive true change now.
Yeah, but I'm sorry we just had to take the start again, but I think the message is important enough to run twice. Sorry. But for now, I think I will let the word over to you and you can take us through your company.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, first of all, I'm very pleased to be here. This is a very good seminar to hold, and it's a very important subject as such. My name is Riikka Ylikoski, and I'm the CFO of a company called Betolar. And I noticed from the participants that some of you I have met already earlier, but it's good to have so many people on board. So as from the video, you notice that we are on the green transition journey with Betolar. We are facing a couple of challenges. So first of all, the construction industry is one of the world's most polluting sector. It's creating well over 20% of the global CO2 emissions. And if you think that, for instance, we are talking about aviation business quite much, and that creates some 5 to 7% of the total emissions. And from the 20%, the CO2 emissions of cement is 8%. So Betolar with the Geoprime solution is really hitting that figure, and we are aiming to reduce the CO2 emissions created by cement. Another big challenge is that the different industries, when we're talking about metal industry, wood processing, chemical industry, they are producing side streams that are currently not used, and these are often hazardous. We are under constant threat of different leakages and so forth. And this side stream can be used as a part of the recipe when we are making the Geoprime solution to our customers. So basically, we are turning waste into construction materials with our partners in the industry. We have a clear mission in Betolar, and we are aiming to reduce the CO2 emission and the usage of virgin raw materials. So really supporting the kind of like the future biodiversity as well. We are very much focusing on our values. So we are courageous. We just got listed to the Nasdaq First North growth market last year as a pre-revenue company. We have great investors on board. And since the beginning of the company, there has been very courageous material research going on. And we are truly committed to the responsibility. So this is not any greenwash, and we are doing kind of like very concrete actions. And when it comes to circular economy, it really works when you're working together with your customers, when you're working together with your strategic partners, and of course, different development bodies. Our Geoprime solution is 100% cement-free. So you can see concrete everywhere, and kind of like those who know how to make concrete, you know that you need some kind of aggregate, gravel, and then you need Portland cement, clinker, and then you need water. Put that to the mixing pot, and then you get concrete. But with our solution, you don't need the limestone-based clinker anymore. And the limestone, when it's heated, it produces a lot of CO2 emissions. So there comes the reduction. And of course, in our recipe, we use activator chemicals, which are widely used in the market, and then the binder, which is the industrial side stream. And where we are currently concentrating is the precast products, the ground stabilization, and the mining industry. Of course, the ready mix is the biggest application area of concrete globally, but already with these areas and in our current stage of development, we can do great impact. And we have factory piloted Geoprime applications in several areas. And one thing to be working speaking for the Danish audience, I would like to highlight the sewage pipes. So we made a deal with a commercial deal with the Danish company IBF, which is one of the leading concrete manufacturers in the country. And they are actually delivered their first Geoprime pipes to Aarhus Vand, and they're the CO2 reduction at this stage with this recipe was up to 50%. And this was actually a very important step for Betolar, because we have been working with IBF since last year, and we have been developing different application areas, solutions. We have been testing roof tiles, slabs, and now the sewage pipes. And actually, the IBF is launching their emission-friendly product family to support the green transition in Germany. And how does it then work? So our business model is highly scalable and it's asset light. So we are providing a recipe to our customers and other support as well. And our customers are the concrete manufacturers. So we are actually using the existing infrastructure what we have globally. And the biggest markets for the building industry is of course in Asia Pacific area, in China, in India, and we are using the infrastructure there as well. So we are actually licensing the concept to our customers, and we create license fee from that, and then we are selling the Geoprime activators, so the chemicals, to the customer as well. It's purely volume based, our customer production volume based, and we are doing basically the sourcing and the sales of the chemicals to our customers. And in some areas, we might also need to take kind of like more bigger role in the side stream area as well. And what we are actually providing to the customers, which are our customers are the concrete producers, but we need to also look at the whole value chain. So historically, the cement providers has been providing the solutions to the concrete manufacturers. So we need to do the same. So we are actually providing our customers, for instance, the R&D to support their emission-free production. But currently, the society, the developers, the investors, financing sector are giving a lot of pressure to the construction companies, which are then making the orders to the concrete producers. So we are currently working along with the whole value chain to make the change happen and help our customers to build their new production or sales channels in the value chain. And then what we are actually giving to our customers is the expert services, material technology services, and our brand, Geoprime brand. Currently, we are at the early stage, so we are licensing to our customers the manufacturing recipe. It combines the side stream with the activators and aggregates. And we are constantly developing that recipe to support the customers because they are on the process industry. So of course there cannot be any hiccups in the process. So we are supporting them in their production processes with the data and analytics services that we are developing all the time. We have AI platform development going on, which we can utilize to boost the manufacturing recipe creation to our customers. And then we are supporting the whole manufacturing process with the optimization and also the certification, because when you get new products on the market, you need to have those certified, and also in the whole productization area. We are very much concentrating also product training because our customers are facing basically new way to do their production with the wet chemicals, with the dry chemicals, with the new mixings, and so forth. And then we are also using the product training to support the whole value chain, the architects, the decision makers, the financing sector as well. And we are also giving our brand Geoprime to our customers based on the licensing. So basically they can use the Geoprime in their production and also to support the visibility of the new products and the emission-free production. Betolar is a very young company, so it was founded in 2016. And very early stage, we got very powerful Finnish investors on board, and which boosted the whole material technology development. So we have investigated and researched almost 400 different kind of materials along the way, and found the best possible solutions with the current side stream availability. And last year we really started to boost the performance at the latter start. We made a huge amount of different customer pilots, and the customer pilots is an essential part of our commercial process. So we are testing the solution in our customers' premises. We got listed, as said, to the Nasdaq First North Growth Market, and already in the beginning of the year we managed to get the first commercial contracts in Europe and in Asia. And now we are starting up the production and thus making the CO2 reduction real with our customers. During the IPO, we set our business and financial targets. We haven't given any guidance, financial guidance now for the short term, as we are still a growth, pre-revenue startup in the growth market. And but our target was last year, and these were actually now, when thinking of the hindsight, these were quite modest targets set. We said that we will make 10 to 15 new customer pilots annually, And we have already since within first half of the year made 14 this year. We are growing our potential customer base all the time, especially in Asia Pacific. We also made a plan to sign the first customer agreements, and that we have completed. And we have been increasing the size of our customer delivery and sales organization, so heavily investing to the company and to our capability. And we also made a decision to target to expand the brand and marketing measures, and also very much concentrate to the R&D, AI platform development, and material technology development. We are planning to launch the Geoprime Academy, which boosts the training for our customers and along in the value chain, and also automating the laboratory, because in the material technology it's about the chemistry and physics of the materials. And in medium term, we are scaling up. So there we have already the first financial targets. Even though that we are pre-revenue company, our target is to be on the level of 200 million euro by the year 2026. We are targeting to reach a substantial amount of commercial agreements, and it has been quite often asked that what is kind of the average size of the Betolar customer range, and we can't define the average size when we think of some of the small Finnish producers, and then which produces some tens of thousands of tons, and then we have customers like IBF from Denmark, where they produce millions of tons. So it's very big variety of customers, and we are scaling up with the usage of the AI platform and strongly focusing on the sales and operational activities. And this will be a stepping stone on our long-term targets. There, the biggest one is that our target, which is our also one cornerstone in our strategy, is to reduce the carbon dioxide emissions by 150 million tons cumulative, and that's about 2 to 2.5 times Finland's all carbon dioxide emissions. On long term, we aim to be on 1 billion revenue range with a very decent EBITDA margin. And so far during this year, after the IPO, we have really entered the commercial phase. So we have signed the first Geoprime customer contracts, commercial contracts, with 8 customers in Europe and in Asia. And we have carried out already by now over 14 new customer pilots, and this is all the time increasing our customer base. And we have been concentrating on the new recruitments, so the company has grown dramatically, and also very much focused on the R&D, the supply chain, and the commercial capabilities. And we have also signed cooperation agreements with major construction players. Latest ones was Consolis Parma, and it has also operations in Denmark. And there we are investigating to use the Geoprime solutions in the hollow slabs in the building industry. And we are scaling internationally. We have started last year subsidiary in India, and we are boosting up business there. So we have already commercial contracts there, and India is one of the biggest infrastructure growing businesses. So building industry is massive there. We are also doing the China studies. We have signed the first contracts in Vietnam, and also that we are all the time expanding to new countries in Europe. Our financial figures shows the stage of our company. So we have really started the commercial phase with some evidence on the revenue row. But I think to kind of like the highlight is that we are boosting the business. So if this kind of company doesn't make or produce costs, it doesn't do the correct things. We have been increasing the personnel, so and also received a lot of customer pilots. Our cash position is good, and we have still some loan to be drawn from the Finnish Climate Fund now during next year, and that has been really earmarked to our development on the AI platform area.
Thank you. I'm sorry to thank you. You also catch it perfect. We really are looking into it. But let's start by the questions. The first one I have is the price of the finished product. How competitive are that? Do the customers need to pay up for a more CO2 friendly product as it is right now? And is that changing with the higher energy prices for making the cement? And secondly, maybe also what are the future prospects maybe for getting CO2 carbon credits quotes also getting into that price? I know it's a lot of questions. I'm sorry to...
Yeah, those are actually very spot on questions, and of course the price of the energy is affecting to the cement industry. So the Portland cement price is increasing all the time, but so is the slag, which is a commodity at the moment. So actually we are more expensive, or the geoprime solution is more expensive currently on the European markets than the original Portland cement based solution. But we are working on the recipe all the time, finding new underutilized side streams to be used, and thus our aim is to put the price down, because we don't want the CO2 emission reduction to be based on the kind of like premium products, but really on the volume. And the situation is different in Asia Pacific, so where there are underutilized side streams, and actually the chemical prices are cheaper and the energy prices are not hitting that hard. Of course, the current inflation of the logistics cost and so forth is affecting the big picture, but there we are more price competitive there, and actually it's very price sensitive market as well. And then about the carbon credits, which is a hot topic, and of course we are currently looking into it, that how we can, for instance, support our customers to utilize the carbon credits in their production, because they are reducing the CO2 emissions. It's under our investigation, and currently the carbon markets are kind of like starting to concentrate on the carbon capture area, which is not kind of like based on, or our solution is not based on that. But I believe that when we get to the economies of scale and we can see the reduction of the Portland cement, it changes the picture.
And then there's a question here, very simple. Are you a competitor to the Danish company FL Smith? I'm sorry, we have Danish viewers looking in. Is it a little bit indirectly because you want to change the process where they deliver to the cement producers? Or how do you see this? Or are you side by side actually being able to grow into this more greener future?
Yeah, first of all, it's like I think in some area when coming to the CO2 reductions, we are competitors, but on the other hand, they have totally different business model. So as we are not basing our business on the production, but we are using the existing infrastructure, so the business model is different. But I believe it's only good that there are different kind of solutions where our customers can select. That, for instance, when we started to work with the IBF, they immediately realized that we are kind of like we have the solution that they can really utilize by not making huge investments or changing the way of production and so forth. So it's easy for the concrete manufacturers to start utilize our solution.
And then how large change do customers need to implement in the production process? And do you need to go in on every of the customers and find the optimal solution, going back in your laboratory, finding out that this slag is of this quality, and then you need to do your science this way, and do the producer also need that? And maybe as a final question, I know I always put 3 on you, the strengths of it, can it be used in every of the building processes, or do your strengths of your concrete actually leave some markets you can't go to?
So yeah, first of all, we are all the time investigating different slags, and when there are, we try to kind of like build a local hub around the customers, so they can get the slag nearby and also the chemicals nearby. And we, of course, the slags are sent to our laboratory. We make the test, create the recipe, and then it's tested in the customer premises, because we need to make sure that the recipe works in the industrial scale as well. And of course, it's a proof of concept to the customer. They are changing nothing more than everything in their production, so they need to see it happen. And they need to make some investments, some pumps and so forth. But we are talking about tenth of thousands of euros, so which is kind of like average maintenance costs during the summer break or something, or winter break, whenever it's taken in their production. So it's not a big investment to the customer. And what was the other?
And lastly, on the strength, maybe then we.
The strength. The strength. So currently we are concentrating on the precast products, but now we are, as with Consolis Parma, we are starting to look more into the non-bearing elements in the construction industry. So we are moving gradually towards the larger volumes, and we started with the slabs. We actually thought that it would be easy, but it's not, especially in the Nordic markets where you have this freeze throw standardization and so forth. But now, for instance, in Danish markets, we are producing, or the IBF is producing, the sewage pipes. They are installed. I think there was now installed some 600 meters of these emission-free sewage pipes in Aarhus area. And it's great to see that there is a great green revolution going on in Denmark, and the cities are actually competing with each other.
Perfect. Thank you, Ulrika. We unfortunately are running out of time, so I will thank you for your presentation. And then we will be moving on to Tallery.